I got hit by. Yeah, I don't know. Could be the lack of sleep. Could just be an outlier. Just could just play like straight garbage. But I mean, I did play pretty badly, relatively speaking.
Could always be worse. Could always be worse. Okay. Oops. So there's my hitbox stream. Just get on that.
Oh yeah, something else I've asked everyone else is quite a few questions. For really just 2 or 3 questions. The first question is, do you feel like you learn more from playing or playing and then watching the replays and reflecting on them?
Both. I mean, playing.
Like only playing or
okay.
playing and then reflecting.
Reflecting for sure. I mean, it's the same thing I used to do for StarCraft. You're not really gonna learn much unless
You're just going through the motions all the time.
Because sure you can like what do you call it? Sustain certain mechanics. You get better at certain mechanics, but you're not gonna understand the overall game or what you should have done better.
I've noticed that my micro gameplay gets better if I play more, but my macro, if I don't reflect, is god awful. And that's kind of why I've been doing this the past week, even though my micro that game wasn't amazing either. Just funny.
Okay, so we already went over the Gromp thing, which was as soon as it's about to like start an auto attack, you can go in and then tank another auto. Then Bard wouldn't have to waste like.
Show me what you mean.
Okay. So, hold on. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I could even show you in. Wait, no, I need 2 people for a custom game. But okay. As soon as you see the Gromp attack animation, so okay, Bard tanks 3 shots. Okay. And now as soon as the third one came up, you sure walked up forward, and as soon as you saw it about like start hitting him,
attacking him,
then you get in forward position so that it resets its auto attack animation, and then you tank it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If you guys consistently do this, you can lower one.
Shave off a few autos.
Yeah, 1 auto from Gromp, and that's better than
I never knew
none.
that.
Yeah. But both you and your support have to know how to do it. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, it's not that hard to do it in the first place. Okay, you walked up too far there. You took an extra auto from Lucian when you didn't need to. Do you see that? Okay, one second.
Show me again.
Okay, so Morgana does her crappy pull and then out of position. Okay, here 1 auto and then back. Okay, you kept walking forward. You took an auto from Lucian for no reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to get another auto on a Morg, but even then I wouldn't have proc Silver Bolts, and I wouldn't have been worth the auto trade from Lucian. Because damage is better on the ADC than the support early, because they have like 3 biscuits.
Yep.
And she also has her passive, which isn't huge for support Morg, but it's not it's still there.
Yep. Okay. Should be easier if we just speed up the replay a little bit, because not a lot happens in lane besides positioning. I mean, early on you were pretty good on your positioning, so you didn't really take harass from Lucian. But
mid laning phase, it was the Morgana bindings. I thought I was supposed to catch them.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Okay. It's like, hold on, let's just go back a little bit. Freezing here. Where's my paint? Where am I? Okay, one second.
The old print screen.
Yep, the print screen. Okay, so this is not optimal position for Bard, because like I was mentioning earlier, the only thing he can do in this situation is like try to do something in this range, but if he's here, like Morg has an even greater advantage to completely land a binding here. So in this situation, Bard is completely useless. The only thing he can do.
I see, and he can't go to the other side because of the wall.
Yep. The only thing he can do is just put a like heal orbs or whatever in a row, so you can get out quickly. If I don't know, whatever happens. If he's here, then Lucian just goes here, and then he's behind enough minions, so Bard still can't do anything. So this is like really shitty lane positioning for Bard. It should be like more pushed up to your tower or more pushed up to them. For this to actually be efficient for Bard. Mord finally takes advantage of the shitty positioning now, because she actually starts getting bush control as the wave was pushing, but she should have done it earlier and possibly zoned you guys out or made you lose CS or something. Okay. Oh shit. God damn it. Okay. There we are. Yeah. Bard managed to tank, or what do you call it? Remove the black shield from Lucian, but no one actually focused Lucian. Lee Sin was more. That was like Lee Sin's fault because he didn't go for Lucian immediately. But he should have died if Lee had immediately gone on him, reacted faster. Okay.
There, I could have been off more to the
To the
either
left.
like either the far left or even like down. You
Yeah.
know, like under the cannon.
Um.
Under the cannon, but you know, like, two spell catches back there. I didn't have to be in that position.
Yep.
I could have been near Bard. That's where I should have been.
So really obvious Q patterns. Like all he did was walk left and right as Lucian, and then this minion's already getting attacked, and he's not like in auto range to kill it. So the only way for him to get this minion is just to Q across. So this was like super convenient for him to do it, and you
Get 2 minions in, hit me.
Yeah, so you shouldn't have been there. Just watch out for those. Because everybody is going to try to be as efficient as possible with their CSing. So whenever it's like in a line like that, Lucian takes easy advantage. Okay, and then here you backed off and you lost 1 minion. Not that big of a deal, but it is something. You backed off too early. Okay, now here you could have gone back. It's better in this situation to just fake that you backed.
Let them push.
Yeah, because if you go back in, there's no way for you to win the trade because you're already too low health. If Morgana was any good, she'd just walk up to you, not just throw a binding from max range, which was shitty as fuck. But yeah. So in this, if Morgana had played it right, you'd be getting zoned. So it would be better just to fake that you back and yeah, let him push. In case you're waiting for like a BF sword and then like Zeal build, something like that. Okay. In all these positions, it's easy for Lucian to dash forward and punish you for being in them. Okay, 1 second. Okay. He just doesn't take advantage of it, but doesn't mean you should allow him. Okay. So you're cutting back and forth like here. And you're right here. All he has to do is dash forward in any direction here. And then Q, auto U, and he wins the trade and further puts you out of lane. In this position, just stay to the far right. You already know Morgana's here. The only thing Morgana can do is walk up, but this is advantageous for Bard if she ever does that, because Bard has huge range here, to punish Morgana, cue her into the wall or something like that.
Okay.
So you should be playing right side on this in this case. But Lucian's allowing you to play in a position you shouldn't be allowed to play in. Okay. You should have already auto. Oh, okay. This is the one minion that Bard auto attacks for no reason. He was, I guess, afraid that if he had let the tower take it twice, it would have been fine. And then he could have lasted it that way. Otherwise, you should just auto attacked it twice and then let the tower hit it once, and then you could hit it again. Okay. This situation, you're not doing anything. Morg's out of position, and you're not attacking Lucian. Okay. Binding hits, you click backwards. You click forward, you hit a minion. You should have already tumbled at this point and hit Lucian for 2 autos.
Sure.
You hit him once.
Knowing that he would follow up.
Yeah. Okay. And then here you overdo it. So if you had auto attack the first time on Lucian, you'd have already procced your what do you call it? Your passive, your silver bolts. And
Yeah, probably would have been able to kill him here pretty easily because I don't think he had a heal because of earlier.
yeah. Or if he had played it more appropriately, you would have just won the trade and backed off. Because at this point, now you're just tanking minions, and you're just gonna lose the trade. Yep. And then Morg's Thunderlords came back up. So okay. Well, you don't take the tunnel there. You should have taken the tunnel. You would already be in range.
Killed Lucian.
Yeah, but luckily, whatever, they have enough damage. But usually, you want to be able to take as many kills as possible. If you want to be the one carrying, at least. If you believe in yourself, which you should.
I believe. I believe in Disney Channel.
But yeah, so another like 2 seconds wasted there. And then here, you shouldn't be backing right now.
Because of the minions. Yeah.
You should have just killed the first 4 in the front, so the cannon and the melee, and ping Bard to help you out. With Bard, you could push out the entire wave and then go back, and you'd be okay.
I agree.
Okay. This is the one wave, yeah, that you.
The cringe.
The cringe wave. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't have autoed that.
Oof. And you pinged it. It's like, nope.
Cringe. Should have autoed that earlier.
No. Okay. But
And his passive got that low.
the more like small inconsistencies like you improve on, the better your entire game becomes, and it ends up always being somehow increasing your statistical
win rate.
Yeah.
The inches.
Yep.
They all add up. Become a foot.
Okay. So right here, as soon as you saw Lucian, like he's already
Try to walk up to punish me. Yeah, that was dumb.
Okay, so right in this position, he's already in dash range to punish you.
Right, should back off.
So, what? I'm just gonna draw it, just because. So, this dash range.
It's fun to draw things.
It is. I fucking love paint. But anyway, so you can dash up here and easily Q.
Q, I don't know.
Yep. Okay. Whenever I see something like that in games, I feel like my opponent's tilted or something, just because they're not moving. Maybe you gave them a morale boost and you didn't know it. Okay. Okay. But you see them, they're aggressively pushing right now. Mid's missing, top's missing. And then a little bit too late.
I should have just kept running back.
Okay.
I think I could have escaped because Bard was being focused there.
Okay. So number one, if you hadn't tanked the wave there, you would be full health. Okay. And in this situation, no reason to focus Olaf. He's already too tanky. As soon as Bard ults there, your immediate focus should be on Morgana, but you don't do anything right now. See? You missed like 2 autos. And then lining up for a Lucian Q. Oh god. Okay. Very sloppy. Morg should have at least died there. But at least it wasn't like sloppy to the point that you died. So you don't lose the minions. I should have asked you to remove the text at the bottom because I can't see your gold.
Yeah, someone else complained about that, but I have it on my stream, and just like that's one thing I tried to do, before I hired a coach.
Yeah.
And then I figured out that a lot of people are criticizing stupid things about me because they're like bronze and silvery now.
Yeah.
Like, so some of them were like good, but like, and other times they'd be like, why did you miss that CS? It's like, I mean, obviously I wasn't intentionally trying to. Let's see if I can. Let me just miss this CS, but act like I try. Want to try to get it.
All right. Yeah. You don't want to get the Reddit train.
Yeah.
To try to help you.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay. This is like a really shitty position for you. I mean, he's pushing the wave, so it's okay. But if you would have frozen it right there, if Lucian was good, theoretically. Okay. So shitty positioning 101. Or shitty position for the wave. You guys have no wards here. TF is dead, luckily, so your mid is doing something. But if you're anywhere here, Morg can walk up to you and wreck you. If you're anywhere here, Morg can still easily walk up and binding you. Assuming this minion isn't here. That's the only thing Bard can take advantage of in this situation. This minion and this minion. The only thing you can play around right now is literally like this small pocket area. If you play here, Lucian can Q this minion and get you through there. So it's like you have such a small window here that it's really hard to play in this lane position. But luckily,
get the creeps.
Yeah, luckily Lucian is pushing for I don't know what reason. It just makes no sense. But he lets you be less punished than you actually are. Okay, this was the part where you got hit by the binding. I don't think I need to say anything about that.
I was thinking, have you ever gone into a custom game and just had a friend like throw a bunch of skill shots at you?
No.
No, I'm tempted to do that.
And see how many you can dodge?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it would be good practice. Definitely something you should do.
I usually don't get hit by those. I think it's like a little bit of lack of sleep.
Yeah. That might be it. Yeah, it's not a good idea. Like one thing I always find advantageous is if you're playing ranked, yeah, get maximum sleep. So if you lose a game,
Get your physiological needs down.
yeah. So you lose a game.
That was stupid as well. That was just retarded.
Hmm.
That was just like bronze 5 Vayne.
Everyone's bronze 5 vein sometimes. Oof. Okay. So this is the linear thing I was talking about. Okay. Okay. So you come in, keep going straight. Yeah, that's optimal. And you react too late for Morgana binding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She came into vision, and then I just didn't react to it in time.
You should just flash towards like a little bit to the side, because you'd have way more room to move around. Just a little bit towards river, and then you'd still be fine to walk up and kite towards them because you have your passive, so it's not like you'd lose range of them. Olaf would at least be dead without you being dead. So this puts you kind of behind, but you're still Vayne, so you're scaling really hard.
Got the assists.
Yep. Support Vayne.
Vayne. Max Condemn. Rush Ionians. CDR.
Nah, dude.
Standard move.
Frost Queen Vayne.
Frost Queen, yeah. The on hit, she does auto attack pretty quickly.
True. Okay, more spaghetti.
More cringe.
This is like the only time, like I felt like you were tilted at this point because you had let that happen to you like 3 times in like the span of 5 minutes.
Yeah, my reaction. One thing I noticed goes down the drain if I don't get enough sleep is my reaction time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, consistent naps are important.
I miss more CS than I usually do, and I get hit by skill shots more. And I'm not like clicking around as much,
Yeah.
Like my mechanics. It's macro game suffers a little bit, but I feel like it's my mechanics more that suffer when I have lack of sleep from past experience.
Okay, this is good. Okay, but that part wasn't good. So Lee gets super caught. You immediately go focus Lucian. Okay, but you kept walking up forward. If you had walked up to Mal's, who was like right in Riverside, or even let Bard take the kill on Lucian,
Yeah, I would have
you'd be alive. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's partly due to one thing I have. I don't know if you do this. You probably do, but one thing I want to do is like if I ever am fighting, like even in 2v2s, one thing I tend to do is tunnel vision on the fight and not look at the map.
Yep.
I want to be able to like fight and then glance at the map, see like because if I would have glanced, I didn't even know the mouse was coming. I was just oblivious to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So if I would have glanced at the map just really quickly before, just really any time during that fight, and just noticed he was coming down and estimate, where he is. We could have cornered Lucian there, and yeah, I wouldn't have had to have died, and Mouse could have gotten kills or even Bard. So
Not
dying.
I completely understand because yeah, it does happen to me too. Tunnel visioning.
It's like your focus is.
The way I would recommend like trying not to tunnel vision is just running through a cycle in your head. This is something I picked up while playing StarCraft. It's just like consistently running through a list in your head.
Like common thought pattern is like, well, I'll look at the map.
Yep.
Do I need to rotate?
Okay.
That type of stuff.
Yep. Okay, so the situation you saw Olaf mid. Well, tiny brief second they team pinged it. Okay. TF's going bottom. Right now, you should immediately like start backing up. You saw Olaf, or like whatever, your team pinged Olaf. And Lucian's trying to hard push it again. So right now you should already be backing out. But you're too far up. And then Olaf is there. Okay. And that was good that you tumbled into Bartle. But still.
Yeah, it'll shave off a few seconds of my death.
Okay. So right here, tumble here, and then immediately flash to Lee. But yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah, I got CC'd. Maybe if I flash immediately, just like breaking the F key on my keyboard.
What, you mean the D key?
No, I have it on F.
What are you talking about? You have it on D.
F.
Okay. Same.
I know it says D and F there. It's actually on F. I have my summoner spells on F and T.
Really?
Yeah, I use my pointer finger.
Okay.
I didn't like having that. For some reason, there was something awkward about when I started playing the game of moving from R to D, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I just started using my pointer finger for just F and T. I like the side to the T instead of the D going
Interesting.
under.
Weird that it doesn't
Yeah.
update it on the overlay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think that's the reason I'm not challenger.
Because it's
That's
not.
totally it, man. Right?
Yeah, you got it. 100%.
Not the Morgana bindings, not the canceling autos, or
No way.
missing a bunch of CS in a tower. I just think it's if I just make that quick change.
All the challengers do that, man. Everybody
Yeah.
misses. Okay.
Well, the thing is, I was down like 20 creeps this game. I mean, partly, Bard could have been setting up a little bit better, but at the same time, like you said earlier, you don't want to rely on that.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been preparing the waves a little bit more, but I'm a little bit hesitant to last hit the spell or one hit the spellcasters when they're at full because sometimes if you do it too early, then your minion line gets on them,
Mm-hmm.
But you can still do like one at a time, if you can estimate the turret aggro.
Yep. But usually when I have no minions or whatever, I just go for it. It does reset the wave because then your minions don't
Yeah,
don't
take
stop
that.
in time. But definitely worth it sometimes. Okay, and then right here, you didn't take the Bard Tunnel. If you had, then you would have gotten an auto on Morgana.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem there was I think I don't even remember if I noticed it, which is pretty bad. But the thing there was I wasn't. One thing I also want to improve on is like moving my camera around faster.
Yep.
So like if you notice when the Bard Tunnel was set up, I still had it like locked on my character.
Yep.
I wasn't like moving it, so I was hesitant to take it because I didn't know where it would lead, but I wasn't looking to where it would lead.
Mm-hmm.
That makes any sense?
Yeah.
So one thing I've been trying to do, especially recently, is if I'm just like last hitting, or I feel like I have an opportunity, I'm not going to get harassed. I'll click my camera around the map and see what's going on in other lanes. Like I guess like the TF, like if I were to see him at like full health and my mid lane low, I could see that he could roam.
Yep.
That type of stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Just kind of checking around what's going on.
What I'd recommend is obviously looking at the minimap more, using your F keys for your teammates, and then
Yeah, someone told me to do that, and they said they only saw one other person that was high elo do that. But I'd imagine if you get in the habit of it, it's pretty strong, isn't it?
yeah. So I mean, it's not an excuse just because a lot of high elo players don't do it. It's like it's a mechanic a lot of people don't put into use. That's really easy to do and would improve
Sure.
your play. I know like a lot of Korean players use it, and Korean ladder is definitely a lot tougher than NA ladder.
Yeah, sure. So it's not like, I don't want to be like those people that's like, well, no one else is doing it.
Yeah.
I want to be like as good of a player as I can. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to be the best I can be, not just better than someone else who's high elo.
Yep, that's the good mentality to have. Anyway, in this situation where Olaf goes forward, you could have walked straight towards the corner of the ledge and then flashed over and killed him yourself.
Okay.
Lee Sin catches up to him, but then a flash is used by Bard. Not useful, but holy shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Questionable flash by him, but
Yeah, but you guys,
quality. I like it.
you guys get a lot for this. You guys get the mid tower, more gold, and then you go top. As soon as you finish this, your team is low, so they're gonna be shoving mid right now. So I would immediately rotate after this. And then your ult would be up
Yeah, I agree.
like 10 seconds before.
That's one thing I've been trying to work on. I used to be pretty. I used to just play ADC and just go bot, go bot. That's like something you see in really low elo. But like I said, after I started watching my replays about a week ago, I started to figure out, I need to really work on my rotations. So I'm trying to implement a lot of things now in my play.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all kind of like mediocre at best.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that's how you improve.
terms of macro gameplay.
Yeah, but if you had rotated here, you'd already be coming out of like the top side river.
Autoing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And been doing damage.
I used to be like one of those ACs that would just like shove away. Then their AC, would come down after fighting with their team. Actually, then shove it back and gain like pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Like maybe a few shots on tower, but it's not worth like them getting 3 kills on your team. Something else is one other reason I try to group is as much as possible within reason, right? Not like level 1 grouping, obviously.
Yeah.
Like 5 mid, like cheese strat. Like I try to group just to make sure, not just like for me to get kills in a team fight, but to protect my enemies. Because so many people in solo queue don't know how to like not get caught out.
Yeah, I agree on that.
So I try to group within reason as much as possible, and also when I try to get bot tower, I shove in the wave and rotate.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it, though. So you're doing it right. Okay. And then, okay. This was really good. This fight here. They overextended like crazy. And then, okay. So no objectives are basically up, and everybody is just like farming, which is not bad. And then the other thing here was the red buff. So everybody's gonna be grouping mid again, or like bot side. I don't know
So
why.
be around
Yeah.
more on the corner of bot instead of like going up there.
Yeah, because you'd already be saving like 2 seconds now of walking down. You'd be closer. And it probably might not make a difference this game, but in another game, maybe being there like a second.
Every second counts,
Yep.
Yeah. The reason I don't really take much criticism from the people who are like, you missed a CS, or the people who are just like you shouldn't have died there.
Yeah.
That type of stuff is like,
It's not as
yeah,
useful. Like
I
you
already know
know.
I made a mistake, but like the point is, tell me what I was supposed to do better,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Not like you missed a CS there. You shouldn't have died there. You should have pented there.
Yeah.
It's like a 2v2. You should have pented there. You're so bad at the game.
Okay, right here, and you tumble forward again. No reason.
Yeah, there was really no need to tumble.
You just lose 200 health. But it doesn't really affect you here. Okay. Everyone's fighting again. Okay. Okay, right now you're autoing minions instead of autoing Olaf. Okay, now you start autoing Olaf 2 seconds later.
I'm telling you, man, those minions can crit pretty hard. Gotta get those out of the way.
The IE 6 IE minions too strong.
Yeah, the 6 IE minions. 1 auto is like 1.5k crit. I'm peeling those minions off my team.
Unlucky every time. See, it's like your team never gets those minions. It's only the enemy team that gets the 6 IE minions. Never lucky.
That minion looks like it has 6 IEs. It's like Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Dang. Such power level. Okay. At this point, like your team should have already grouped for Baron. Like I don't know. A lot of people miss these kind of opportunities. Like Lucian was bot. What is he gonna like? He can't rotate fast enough. We basically free Baron if the rest of your team had realized it. Sometimes they don't, so just ping ahead. I had to refresh here because I realized I was like 10 seconds behind. I was like, what?
Yeah, here I didn't want to go through there because of Lucian.
Yeah, which was fine.
Go around the mountain. Kind of surprised he didn't die there, but it happens.
Okay. Right now now this is the thing I was talking about. So Shen stays behind. Even Bard is kind of there. So you should be going back right now.
Pay attention to where my teammates are and what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Because nobody else is there. So if you had walked up earlier, like 1 or 2 seconds, you'd already be autoing Lucian right now, and maybe not kill Lucian, but definitely kill Morgana. You had both sums up anyway. So that was missed there. Okay. And at this point, I think is when their team just completely fucks up all their rotations. Because after you guys get this dragon, you guys completely like dominate the game. They're all just like playing really scared on their team, so they keep losing objectives left to right because of it. I would cut it down again here, because they're all mid. I don't think you're going to be going for Singed again. Okay, and this is where... Okay, so you keep going forward here. No reason. And then you immediately waste your invisibility. Okay. 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 You walk too forward here. Like, you'd already be autoing without getting there. And then you tumbled down. Should have tumbled to the right.
Back.
Yeah. Because if Lucian was good, he would switch targets to you and kill you. Luckily, Shen ulted you, so you could have gone more aggro.
Yeah, another problem I have in team fights is my camera happens to be in a fairly good position here, but usually it's too centered on me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd imagine you, or, you know, it's best to have your camera on as many, still seeing yourself, right?
Yeah.
Being able to figure out where you should orient yourself, but also see, like, the team fight as a whole and where, you know, their backline is as well, not just their tanks.
Yep, I agree completely.
Which is the habit I'm trying to get into.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is always just try to spacebar and center it on yourself if you feel like
I do that.
You can't get it into. Okay, and then here you go into Lucian's queue. You should have just gone left and up.
Yep.
And then you have to use heal. Okay. So you shouldn't have died there. It was just about kiting in the right direction. But your team still cleans up for it, which is good. Okay, so now it should be like Baron side focus.
Yep, Dragon is not.
Yep.
And it's later in the game anyway, so.
Okay. One of these places where Morgana gets away, because you're not paying attention. Okay. It's not here. So Lee gets away here. Okay, it's near here. So you get the pink, walk away.
It's right around here. I walk up here, yeah, but she just basically oblivious.
Right here. Lee's right behind her, and you're just walking to mid lane. She should be dead.
She's cornered. And Singe is no longer there either.
Yep. Okay. But at this point, I think they just go back and you guys get Baron. Yep. Okay. Because Lucian's bottom. And then they complete. Okay, yeah, this was the other thing. This team fight. Okay. You should have ulted immediately here, because then you'd have done extra damage on Condemn.
Condemn, yeah.
Okay. and you go forward, and then you tumble backwards. I don't know why. You don't need to tumble backwards there.
Yeah. I noted that when I did it. I could have tumbled to the left side even.
Yeah, and been completely fine.
He should have died if I just autoed him one more time.
Or even used your
He lived.
QSS for speed boost.
Yeah, I had heal up too.
Okay, but your team gets inhib bottom. And then completely snowballs from the situation. And then mid tower. Okay. And then this is good because as soon as you leave their base and now you have their inhibs, just take all their gold. Make sure you put them as far behind as possible. And in Fire Cannon, I didn't see it being useful for you this game at all. I mean, it's fine you took an attack speed item, but you could have gotten better stats from Shiva or Runins. Because, like I said, you're gonna be in their team anyway, with Olaf and Singe there. And TF is already like auto attack range, and you have Kiasos,
Sure.
so no one's really gonna poke you down or anything. Like maybe against Jace, like I would recommend, yeah, Fire Cannon, and then other pokey range champions, Nidalee, etc. Okay. At this point, you guys are already winning the game. Double inhibs, you have huge gold lead, and Baron
Yeah,
still.
that. We also have that cannon with the IAs.
The cannon with the
Yeah,
eyes.
there he goes.
Okay. Okay, this was one of the cases where you could have killed TF. Okay, so. As soon as Izanya's here, ult forward. And you should, if you had reacted immediately, you should already be here.
Left side.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he flashes away.
Mhm.
But all you have to do in this case is condemn him in that direction, because where he flashes is here,
Then hib.
and it hits him into the inhib
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Not that it matters too much, but is
Everything counts.
yeah. Okay, and then here focusing. Okay, good target switching. Going into Singe like that. Forced to use
Amazing
life.
play right there.
But he took a lot of damage. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Could have just kept cutting them, and then
Yeah, I think I need to
Nice.
air. If there's like a situation where they're really low, in most situations, I just need to let my team finish them off.
yeah.
Obviously, it's hard to make that decision in like literally a half a second.
Yep.
So that's why I think it's better most of the time to just let it be.
Okay.
Especially because we're on the base knocking. Even if the person lives, it's not going to be a huge deal.
Yep. I agree. Okay.
So I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. Singed.
Flashing into 5 members.
So-
TF third.
Over here, you could have already been auto attacking Singed, but you backed off a little bit. 1 or 2 auto attacks at most. Okay, and then he's over here. You tumble forward, which is okay because you get it on the minion. Auto. All you need to do is auto 3 times and then maybe condemn, and then you'd have gotten the kill.
Yeah, I could have auto condemned, auto tumble. And he would have died.
Auto. Yep. Just didn't tumble there at all. And back off. Dominic's. And then they're just playing like potatoes the entire time. At this point.
Farm simulator.
Yeah. Okay, and then you tumbled down. No need. And then TF. And then you QSS really late.
Yeah,
That's just
I
practice.
literally wasted the QSS. Like the stun was over when I QSS'd. Kind of the thing is, I used to not get Scepter that much last season, mainly because it wasn't as good as an item.
Yep.
So I'm still actually trying to get used to. I've been thinking about getting it in more situations.
Mhm.
That was just dumb. I was trying to think. I've been getting it more situations, and because I've been getting it more, I'm trying to still get used to actually like using the active at the best times.
Yeah, it's really hard, but I mean, it's just consistent practice. Just like
Right.
telling yourself, "Hey, I'm stunned," fucking use your
Right.
QSS.
It's like I'm just like oblivious until I don't have like that like snap. I'm stunned. I have QSS. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like so I'm not used to having it. I guess the best way I can describe it is like someone learning to play support.
yeah,
They're not used to using active items as like an ADC.
yeah.
Like I would just like forget to use my locket in team fights when I was first trying to learn to play support.
hmm And then you realize, holy shit, it's
Right.
such a game changer if you use it properly.
Yeah, I would have gotten our ADC at Penta if I would have locked it, and the game was all my fault. GG.
Um, I didn't like going to the pit only because you're against Singed, and then you're forced to flash over.
Not to mention we were also winning that. I could have tumbled for him, borked him,
Yep.
but this ends up working out.
And
Or
then
wasting the flash.
yep. And then
Not
Lucian dies. Okay. So I mean, the latter, excuse me, the latter part of the game is just them beating potatoes. You guys already won by this point, and then they
mm-hmm.
lose. Yeah. So overall, your positioning in a defensive lane like that, you can't really do much with Vayne besides like farm.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a more aggressive support that could take advantage of more situations,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be able to play like Vayne on the wall, as I call it, because you can just sit like against what do you call it, like a melee or hard engage support. You can play Vayne on the wall, as in
Oh yeah, yeah.
just sit on the wall, and as soon as anybody comes anywhere close to you, you
I
condemn,
do that a lot.
and then
I
just
tumble to the side and then condemn them.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But in this kind of situation, it's just like really, it's the meta right now, which is why Vayne isn't as strong, but she's still viable. Um, but you play lane basically like this almost every game, and you just play defensively and try to be useful in team fights.
Go even and get in team fights, just bust up the tanks.
Yeah. Um,
Dodge skill shots.
yeah, dodge skills just is really important. Other than that, I don't know what else other tips to give you for the overall game. Do you have any other questions then?
Let's see. I would say when watching a replay, since that's the best form of learning
Mm-hmm.
I've ever come across. Seems like everyone else agrees. Like what kind of things do you do? I imagine you ask yourself questions and like try to figure out the answer to them, right?
Yeah.
You watch
So
better players than you, right?
watch yourself like a few steps ahead. What should you have done to prevent this and put yourself in like an advantageous position? So
Yeah, usually what I do is I'll like pause it or I'll slow it down, ask myself what I should be doing and then see if I'm doing it.
yeah, so whatever. If you're in lane, paying attention to the minion wave first off, and then thinking what's my composition good for? Where can I use it? Like some of the things I pointed out, where it's like the position of the wave was really shitty for you, but Lucian and Morgana didn't take advantage of it because they just kept shoving like the entire time, so they didn't punish you for it. But watching out for, okay, the wave is going to be at this position. I have to make sure that it's not there. Otherwise, I lose like advantage where I can get zoned or something like that. So that being like 2 steps ahead with that, and then the third thing being watching for rotations on their team and seeing like Lucian shoving the wave really hard the 2 times where you guys got 5-man tower to bottom. Watching for those. So if Lucian's aggressive and then like Morgana's trying to like stay in the bushes or something, like the way Morgana played it, she tried to be on the side or on the brushes or something whenever they were about to hard engage on the tower. So looking for patterns and then looking for the rotations on the minimap because you saw TF coming and then you saw, well, if Loloff was only on the map for like a few seconds, but your team pinged them. So watching for the rotations there on top of where the minion wave is, just looking for how the team is going to react to this and how they're going to rotate, because you can be in a lot better positions if you just back off, especially during the tower dives, because especially versus Bard, one of the reasons why their team wasn't able to get as much out of the tower dives as they could was because you guys had Bard. As soon as they did anything, you'd be safe kind of from Bard ulti. Not the entire time, especially the second tower dive because you died in the process. But it didn't come out to the case where your entire team gets aced or like half your team gets killed and then they get towers for it. It always ended up being the enemy team gets a few kills for it, and then that's like it. So it was good, but it could always be better in that sense.
Hmm.
If that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense. Like I said earlier, I mean, just because something didn't cost us the game, if it's still a mistake in a future game, it could. So
Yeah, that's
everything I can improve on is definitely well worth criticizing me over.
that's the way to think about it. That's like the best positive mentality to have about ranked and how to improve.
Let's see. There was something else I said. Oh yeah, the F keys. Like so, it gets randomly assigned, right? So
What do you mean? Oh yeah, it depends. So you have the little circles on the side of your screen that shows who your
is F1
players.
the top or the bottom?
F1 is it's you. F1 is you.
Oh,
F2
okay.
is whoever the second teammate is, and then F5 is the bottom.
Oh, I never knew that. So like at the top left, where it shows like your team's right now,
Yeah, your players.
your players, you're always at the top.
Yeah, you're F1, and then the rest is your team. F5 being the
Okay.
bottom.
All right. I never knew that.
Yeah, so you can
I
always
will.
look there.
That'll probably be a lot faster to do than like clicking, than like having to manually click on the map to look around.
Yeah, because
So I can
then
just like kind of glance around,
yeah,
see what's going on.
exactly. Save like 0.5 seconds.
Is it possible to like F2, F3, F4? Like, is that what you do, or do you like? I mean, obviously it depends on the scenario. Like, if you have time, but like,
Um,
is it really easy just to like glance really quickly, like in 2 seconds, to get like?
if I see like somebody fighting or something, I'll click F key to see, in case they use summoners or something. Especially if I'm in a defensive position. I tend to do it a lot less playing AD carry, but like I said, if I'm in a defensive position, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
If I'm playing support, usually I'm watching all the lanes all the time because I need to make sure I see whoever like wasted summoners or whatever, and then how my team plays. From support, it's really important because you need to know like what is going through your other laners' minds and how do they play and who's actually good. Because yeah, you get people who are one trick ponies and then they off roll or something, and then you realize
Yeah,
okay,
straight.
I'm no reason for you to go to this lane because even if you give him an advantage, he's probably not going to be able to use it to help you win the game. Um,
Is F5 the fifth person?
yeah,
Okay. Kind of sucks. There's a space in between 4 and 5. It's
yeah,
no big deal. That's the reason I'm not challenger.
yeah, the F keys.
Yeah.
And the minions, 6 minions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
critting minions and the flash on F.
Oh,
That'd be
how we have so many reasons why we're not challenger.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, is there anything else other than F keys then?
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well then, if you have like any other questions, just message me on Skype, whatever, and then we can go over other stuff. I just answer quick questions.
All right, I'll
Cool.
definitely review you.
Thanks, Mia.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
I know how this kind of stuff works. You got to build a reputation.
Of course. Everybody helps each other, right?
You got to build the reputation, then the price goes up, and then the money comes in harder.
Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to like stream though, because mostly what I'm doing is coaching on the side and then trying to stream and also do school and stuff. And then having my stream because I make music as well, so I'm trying to have like a masters like league stream plus like making music during.
Plus the music on the side,
Yeah.
so you can like stream, you can like sing in your streaming.
Oh god, my
It's
singing is atrocious.
orchestra.
But yeah, I mean,
I guess I actually have one more question. Besides, are there any ways you have improved besides watching replays? Obviously, like playing it. Besides, playing.
duoing
Like-
with someone who's better than you.
Okay.
Because last season, I used to duo right before the new season started a lot with my Diamond 1 friend. And he'd always be like, okay, you should have done this. Like, it's kind of the same thing as replay review, but you're also playing with the person.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's like better synergy than just saying, okay, you should have done this when you don't know what your support or your ADC is doing.
Mhm.
And we did like 30 games of that, and that drastically improved like my
Your
entire
play.
lane phase, yeah. Because I was able to hit, so I was D3 last season,
Yeah.
and then as soon as new season started, I was able to climb to Challenger in like a week and a half.
Mhm.
But then got too busy with school and I didn't play too much, so now I'm dropped back down to Masters. I think I'm like like 5 games in a row away from hitting Challenger if I were to win all of them. Because I'm 235 LP and Challenger is like 300 LP right now or something like that.
Hmm.
But definitely playing with somebody you can synergize with and is better than you, they can teach you like what you should be doing in every situation, and then you start doing it consistently, especially if you play with the person and you recognize how they play.
Sure.
Because consistency is
Uh,
important.
something else is besides asking yourself questions and like critically thinking. Is there anything else like unique to you that you do in replays?
In replays,
Yeah,
it's like when I personally watch my own replays, or what do you mean?
yeah. When you watch your own replays, when you watch someone that's better than you play, someone you think is better than you play, someone you respect play, like besides just like analyzing it and reflecting,
One of
I'd
the
imagine that's it.
I mean, besides the obvious like positioning stuff, um, what I tend to see be an element that I don't cover enough is like DIing. So which way you're clicking. I don't in replays I can see it like really evidently
Hmm.
and see how the other player plays. Um, but when I'm doing it myself in an actual game, I keep forgetting like I should be clicking this way. I should be watching which way they're clicking because you can always tell which direction they're clicking and where their mouse is, and you want to keep track of that. But that's really hard to do that on top of all the other things like minimap and whatever, watching your positioning and how you're CSing and whatnot, how you're doing all those. But it's definitely another element to add on top of what I'm already
Yeah.
doing.
So after you started playing with your friend, about how long did it take you to like see substantial improvement?
Like a week or two. I
Okay.
mean, because if it was consistent, like, hey, you should have done this and this, it starts becoming ingrained in your brain
Yeah,
to do
that's
those
kind
things.
of like where I'm at now, is where I'm just trying to become aware of what I need to improve on, and then I need to get to the ingraining part just by watching a bunch of replays and then like analyzing, what you and some of the other coaches have told me about like manipulating the lane, that type of stuff. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Until it becomes like a sixth sense, like habit.
yeah. Eventually, it'll become that way, pretty much. Yeah, until you can force yourself to see it as like an obvious thing all the time.
Right. It just like pops into your mind like, oh, I'm about to get dove right now,
Yeah, exactly.
instead of having to take the time, especially to like
To
sit there
think
and like
about
take
it.
5 seconds. It takes 5 seconds in the league, you're probably screwed.
Yeah, because all like league in general, it's small timing windows that you have to take advantage of, and
Right.
and it completely changes the game. But yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you very much. I
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot, and it was very intellectually stimulating.
All right. Cool stuff then. Just let me know if you have any other questions then, and
All right.
talk again later sometime. All
All
right.
right. Later.